Hey everyone, and welcome back to episode 7 of my series where I create my own indie game from scratch. If you're new to the channel, the best way to catch up is to check out my previous videos where I show how the game started and everything I've added so far. Let's quickly recap what I added in the last episode. Probably the biggest feature was the furnace. You can now smelt gold ores into gold, which you can see running in the background here. And I also added some particle effects to make the world feel a bit more alive and less static. But enough of the past. Let's look ahead to what I've planned for this episode. After building the furnace, I'm fully in the interactable object mindset. And the next one is just as essential, the workbench. But not like this one. And also not like the one you might know from Minecraft. Here's a quick sketch of what I had in mind. A list of craftable items on the left, a panel on the right showing a description, item stats, and attributes. Below that, a slider to select how many items you want to craft, and a simple button. Sounds solid, right? As always, I started with a very basic version. You could slide the slider and craft multiple items, and that part worked. But there was one small issue. You didn't actually need any resources to craft stuff. That kind of defeats the purpose of a crafting system. So I added item requirements. Now, items you want to craft show what materials they need, along with how many. After farming the materials, you can actually craft the item. But there was still a bug. You could craft 5 swords, even if you only had resource for 1. And that needed fixing. Yay, my favorite activity. Well, I updated the slider so its maximum value is based on the number of items you can craft with your current materials in your inventory. Now it works the way it should. No more infinite swords from thin air. Oh, and by the way, let me show you how I made the item requirement system. It's really simple, don't worry. In the inspector on the right side of my screen, you can see an array of required items. Each entry includes the item resource and the amount needed. So if I want to make this object require 4 gold, I just add a new entry, drag in the gold resource, and set the amount to 4. And that's it. Now the item requires 4 gold to be crafted. Sounds like a great system, right? Well, not really. In the workbench, I manually assigned each craftable item a name, description, and texture. But those details already exist in the item's resource file. So why was I rewriting them by hand for every new item? Yeah, turns out I like to figure out things as I go instead of planning things properly and end up doing twice the work. Lesson learned. I've now updated the system to automatically pull the name, description, and texture from the resource itself. It's way more efficient and way easier to expand. With more items being craftable, the list started getting long. So I added a search bar to make finding the item you want to craft easier. It worked well, but let's be honest, it didn't look good. So I needed to tweak the UI a bit. Now, with a simple background color and textured craft button and scroll bar, it already looks much cleaner and more polished. Well, that's it for this episode. It might have not seemed like a huge update, but I added a core feature to the game. Plus, I'm currently in exam season, so I couldn't spend endless hours on this side project. But if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss next week's episode. Let me know in the comments what feature you'd like to see next, and check out the other videos if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.